In a recent TV appearance, Thomas Markle, Meghan Markle's father, made another public plea for reconciliation with his daughter. It's hard not to feel a twinge of sympathy for him, right? Imagine a parent yearning to mend ties with a child they still love deeply, despite a rocky relationship. It's a situation many can relate to. But, let's face it, this approach might not be the best move, especially considering Meghan's perceived indifference. This isn't the first time Thomas has reached out through the media. It seems like he's hoping that by appearing on TV, Meghan will eventually hear his message and decide to reconnect. Maybe he's looking for closure, a chance to tie up loose ends before it's too late. It's a touching thought, but let's be real, it's probably not going to sway Meghan. Now, we've been watching this saga unfold for what, 5 or 6 years? And there's been no sign of a reunion. It's a tough pill to swallow, but maybe it's time to acknowledge the harsh reality. Thomas might never get that face-to-face meeting he's longing for. It's a complex situation, no doubt. On one hand, you have a father who seems to think that just one meeting could break down barriers. But on the other, there's a daughter who has consistently maintained her distance. What do you think? Is there a chance for these two to reconcile, or is it truly a lost cause? Thomas Markle's latest TV appearance showcased his unwavering hope for a reconciliation with his daughter, Meghan. It's a scenario filled with emotions of father, clinging to memories of a once close relationship, unable to fathom the current estrangement. He holds on to the belief that one heartfelt encounter could dissolve years of misunderstanding, leading to an emotional breakthrough. It's a perspective shaped by love and the nostalgia of raising his daughter. Yet, this narrative overlooks a crucial aspect: Meghan's current stance towards her father. Past praise she once had for him seems a distant memory now, replaced by a starkly different reality. There's a sense that Meghan, as described by some, may lack the empathy and compassion her father yearns for. Her changing narratives and seemingly inconsistent recollections contribute to a portrayal of someone living in a fluid reality, far removed from the consistency many others experience. This complex dynamic brings to the fore the idea that Meghan's world is different, driven by internal narratives that often contradict the past. Critics describe her as someone trapped in her own perceptions, unable to connect with emotions like love and compassion, which are essential for healing and reconciliation. Instead, they suggest she's more familiar with feelings of suspicion, paranoia, and jealousy. It's a challenging situation, raising questions about the nature of familial bonds and the possibility of bridging such deep divides. Can a relationship marked by such contrasting realities and emotional disconnects find a path to healing? The answer remains uncertain, hovering in the realm of what-ifs and unspoken hopes. The saga of Thomas Markle's longing for a reunion with his daughter, Meghan, continues to capture attention. Despite his repeated efforts, a reconciliation seems more elusive than ever. There's a sense of tragedy in Thomas's situation, a father clinging to memories of a daughter he feels he no longer knows. Critics of Meghan often paint a picture of her as someone fundamentally changed, disconnected from her past, including her relationship with her father. They argue that the Meghan of today is far removed from the girl Thomas remembers. This transformation, as perceived by some, positions her as someone who, after achieving her goals, has little use for her past connections, including her father. This narrative extends to her interactions with others. Those who have encountered Meghan often describe an unsettling energy, suggesting a deep-seated issue that affects her relationships. There's a prevailing opinion that her friendships are reflective of her own characteristics, with a tendency to surround herself with people who mirror her traits. Returning to Thomas Markle, the dream of reuniting with his daughter seems increasingly like a distant fantasy. His desire to meet her husband and grandchildren is seen as a threat to the image Meghan has crafted for herself. Critics claim she views any risk to this image, including a potential reconciliation with her father, as unacceptable. They describe her as a control freak, unwilling to entertain scenarios that don't align with her narrative or offer her any tangible benefit. In this complex web of familial relations and perceived personality traits, the question of a father-daughter reconciliation becomes more than just a private matter. It turns into a discussion about the nature of relationships, change, and the consequences of fame and public life. The reality of this situation remains uncertain, with each development adding another layer to an already intricate story. In the ongoing saga between Thomas Markle and his daughter Meghan, it seems Thomas's pursuit of reconciliation is more a source of anguish than hope. The situation is painted as a one-sided battle, with Meghan portrayed as indifferent to her father's plight. Observers suggest that this perceived indifference might be feeding into her sense of control, as described by some who view her as a narcissist. Thomas's focus on reuniting with Meghan is seen by some as an unnecessary obsession, especially considering his health and age. The advice from various quarters is for him to concentrate on enjoying his remaining years, surrounded by those who care for him, instead of fixating on a relationship that appears beyond repair. In stark contrast to Thomas's situation, Meghan's actions, particularly during significant family events, are often scrutinized and critiqued. For instance, her interview with Oprah at a time when Prince Philip was in the hospital attracted considerable attention and criticism. This incident is frequently cited as an example of her alleged self-centeredness. Shifting gears, the conversation often turns to the audience's perspectives, highlighting comments from viewers. For example, one viewer, Mr. Stigger, remarked on Harry's handling of his personal trauma, suggesting he's using it as a crutch rather than moving past it. This viewpoint resonates with a broader sentiment about personal responsibility and resilience, contrasting with current trends in public discussions about mental health and trauma. These narratives around Meghan, Thomas, and Harry illuminate the complexities and challenges of public life, familial relationships, and personal struggles. They also reflect broader societal conversations about responsibility, empathy, and the impact of fame on personal dynamics. As this story continues to unfold, it remains a topic of intense public interest and debate. The conversation around the royal family often turns to the dynamics within, and recently, it's been Princess Eugenie under the microscope. Opinions are split, with some viewers like Dizzy Chef questioning her loyalty due to her association with Harry and Meghan. This connection, in the eyes of some, seems to cast a shadow over Eugenie's reputation, especially considering her past interactions with the monarchy. The intrigue deepens as people speculate about Eugenie's motives for maintaining her relationship with Harry, and by extension, Meghan. Is it simple familial love, or is there more to it? While Eugenie's affection for Harry seems understandable to many, her acceptance of Meghan stirs more debate. This complexity is echoed in another comment from Sassy Cat, who brings up the dynamics within the York family, suggesting a deep-seated resentment towards the Princess of Wales. This theory posits that Eugenie's closeness to Harry could stem from a shared feeling of being spares in the royal hierarchy, a sentiment potentially influenced by her father, Prince Andrew. The discussion then shifts to a comment from Teresa, who raises questions about Eugenie's perceptions of Meghan, hinting at a possible influence from her parents, Andrew and Sarah Ferguson. This point underscores the complicated interplay of family dynamics and public perception within the royal family. The contrasting views on Beatrice and Eugenie's handling of these family and public pressures add another layer to the narrative. These varied opinions reflect the complexity of relationships within the royal family and the public's keen interest in every move and decision they make. As the story continues to evolve, the public's fascination with the dynamics, relationships, and individual personalities within this famous family remains undiminished. Reflecting on the royal narrative, it becomes clear that Queen Elizabeth II faced quite the challenge with Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie. The task at hand? Undoing what many perceive as the impact of their parents' choices and actions. It's a topic that's been a point of much discussion and speculation among royal watchers. Your comments, as always, bring a diverse range of perspectives to this ongoing royal saga. They are a testament to the depth of interest and the variety of opinions that exist around the royal family. Each viewpoint adds a new dimension to our understanding of these public figures and their private lives. It's fascinating to see how each comment sheds light on different aspects of the royal family's dynamics. From the complexities of familial relationships to the influence of upbringing, your insights offer a glimpse into the multi-layered world of royalty. So, as we continue to delve into these intriguing stories, your thoughts and opinions remain an integral part of the conversation. They enrich the discussion, offering a mosaic of perspectives that reflect the varied public perceptions of the royal family. Keep sharing your views, as they are essential in painting a fuller picture of these ongoing royal narratives.